Hey guys, welcome back to another deep dive video. Today we're going to be talking about one of the few legacy Pokemon that are in the Jungle Cup. And you're definitely going to want to get your hands on one of these because it is rated the #1 Vigoroth counter. Today's video is going to be dedicated to one of my Patreon members, one of my favorite and very first subscribers. Today's video is going to be dedicated to Shagness. Thank you so much for all your support. Just how good of a Vigoroth counter is it? We'll find out. But first, if you haven't already, make sure to smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all PvP and Silph Arena content. Now on to the video. Venemoth is a poison bug type Pokemon. That means he's gonna take a 4 times resistance to fighting type moves. Now what does that mean? It means that he's gonna take little damage to Vigoroth's and Heracross's counter. First, we're gonna start off with his fast moves. Now this is a very rare occasion because now we actually have some decent fast moves on the list. First, we have Bug Bite. Bug Bite is a legacy move. Then you also have Confusion. And then you also have Infestation, but I think it's gonna be one of the first two. If you're lucky enough to have Bug Bite on your Venemoth, it is gonna do great damage to those grass types because it also has Stab. It being a bug fast move is going to be doing amazing damage against those psychic types and against those grass types. However, this is a very rare moment where I prefer to not use the legacy fast move because Confusion just hits so hard, especially with that buff. It will do super effective damage against those bug poison Pokemon or those grass poison Pokemon, and just anything else will just do severe neutral damage against. Finally, I suppose if you don't have Bug Bite and you really want to use a bug fast move, you could always go with Infestation, but again, I personally prefer using Confusion. For charge moves, Venemoth is going to have the legacy charge move Poison Fang, Silver Wind, Psychic, and Bug Buzz. Silver Wind is going to be a necessity move just because it is such a strong bug type move. Plus, it also has the potential to get that extreme buff, and you know if you get the buff, it's pretty much GG from there. Now, here's where things get a little bit complicated. Personally, I would have Poison Fang as the second charge move if you're lucky enough to have a legacy Poison Fang Venemoth, just because it is so spammy, it requires such little energy, and because Confusion does take a little bit of time to gain energy, Poison Fang and Confusion work really well with each other. It has Stab, and because Venemoth is poison typing. Not to mention, poison typing is going to offer you a lot of coverage because there's not a lot in the meta that actually resists poison. If you're going to use a Venemoth, I highly suggest you try to get your best to get your hands on a legacy Poison Fang Venemoth. The reason why I say that is because with Confusion being such a slow energy move, it's going to take a long time to be able to get to Psychic, and then why would you even do Bug Buzz when you have Silver Wind? In terms of key matchups, as we said before, Venemoth is one of the best counters to Vigoroth. That alone should be a reason to even have him on your team. But not to mention, he'll also completely destroy Venusaur because he resists all of Venusaur's moves, plus you're going to be doing super effective damage with all 3 of Venemoth's moves. With Confusion as his fast move, he's just gonna go to work against Beedrill, Scizor. These are amazing matchups, and I can guarantee you guys are going to be seeing a Venemoth on a lot of teams in your Jungle Cup tournaments. Venemoth doesn't have as many counters as the other bug flyers, but he does have a lot of weakness to the flyers. So you have to be careful. The second you see a Noctowl, you gotta get out of there. Another thing that he's weak to is gonna be the rock types. And once you hear the rock types, you know you're thinking of Graveler and Golem. Although Venemoth doesn't have the weakness to electric, he does have a weakness against rock. You really gotta be careful against those rock boys. On a team of 3, it might be wise to be able to match up your Venemoth with, and I don't say this very often, Magnezone. Venemoth and Magnezone will work very well together because Venemoth's main counters are going to be the flying types and the rock boys, and Magnezone can just take care of both of those. Its electric steel typing is going to allow it to be able to resist the rock electric moves from the rock boys, and he'll just be able to tank any flying moves from the Noctowl, and you're just gonna be able to J farm him and then go off with charge moves on the next Pokemon. And your third member is gonna be who else? As per usual, you're gonna see him on every team, the king of the Jungle Cup, Vigoroth. Now with our analysis out of the way, let's move on to some battles and let's see how well Venemoth really does. Now going into some battles, we're going to be starting off with our regular Thundershock Raichu, and he's going to be starting off with his Noctowl. He's going to have to get out of here as fast as he can, and he's going to be bringing in his Vigoroth. We're ready for that switch. We knew he was going in for the switch, and we brought in our Venemoth, and we know with a double shield that Venemoth is going to be able to take care of that Vigoroth. So now we're just getting energy with Confusion, and we're going in for the Silver Wind. We're clicking that Silver Wind and it was just not going off. We're like, okay, we're gonna have to shield here as well. So now we're gonna be going in and gonna be hitting him with that Silver Wind and hopefully force a shield, or we're gonna be taking out that Vigoroth. So it was just under taking him off. We were able to pull off another Confusion and then finish him off, and we do have extra energy for whatever the Pokemon is gonna be coming in next. So now after one more Confusion, he's gonna be bringing in his Noctowl, and we're gonna be going for Poison Fang. Again, Confusion takes a little while for it to finish its fast move, so it takes a while for us to be able to pull off that charge move. So we're going to be going with Poison Fang, because Poison Fang is the preferred move to use against Noctowl, and he is just trying to J-farm us now, because we are switch locked, so we're going to be hitting him with another Poison Fang just before we go down. So we took care of that Vigoroth, and we brought that Noctowl down to the red. So now we have our Raichu, we have our Vigoroth, we're waiting for that switch clock. We were just trying to get it as low as possible, and we're going to be bringing in our Raichu knowing that he has a lot of energy built up. So now he's going to be hitting us with Psychic, and we're like, no problem, that's fine. We have no shields, but he has 2 shields in the back. So now he has his Raichu, and we're going to be hitting that Raichu with a Wild Charge. And we're hoping to either force a shield, but no, he doesn't take the bait, and he is going to be brought down. So now we have our Vigoroth, and he's going to be hitting us with a Wild Charge as well, and we're going to be hitting him with counters, hoping to try to finish off that Raichu and not have to use a Body Slam, but somehow he managed to do his Thunder Punch before we were able to click on our Body Slam. We were smashing it, but it didn't seem like it wanted to work. So now we're going to take down that Raichu, and we're going to be doing a Thunder Punch against that Noctowl, hoping to finish off with the shield, and he does his final shield, and now we're trying to race that next Thunder Punch. We're trying to get to it, and we're like, it doesn't really matter because he's gonna shield it anyway. But again, look how close that was. It was like just 1 or 2 HP difference, but it's okay. That is the end of round 1, and we're gonna be going into round 2. Now we're gonna be leading off with our Scyther. Now our Scyther is running Fury Cutter, X-Scissor, and Aerial Ace. So we're going to be having a positive matchup because Fury Cutter is just going to rip into that Venusaur, and he's going to be switching in and bringing in his Raichu. So now we're going to be going for an X-Scissor, hopefully bait a shield, or we're going to be just doing some nice little damage. Just because Raichu is amazing, but he is a little bit frail. So now we're going to shield using our Venemoth, and now we're going to be hitting him with Confusion. Confusion is going to be doing some serious damage to that Raichu, and we're like, okay, you know what? Now we're just going to take it. We're going to take that Thunder Punch because we know we're going to be able to take him down with just Confusions, and we already have our charge moves built up for what's going to be coming in next. So now we're waiting. I think he's trying to wait a little bit for the switch clock, and we're going to be using our Poison Fang because we knew he had a Venusaur in the back as well. We're going to be forcing that shield, and now we are down, and he has 1 shield, and we're trying to get to another Poison Fang, but it didn't want to work. So we're like, okay, no problem. We're gonna, just because Vine Whip is gonna do absolutely nothing to us, we're gonna shield here, and we're gonna be hitting him with a Poison Fang. Poison Fang is gonna be super effective just because Venusaur is grass poison as well. So now we're gonna be going in with Confusion, and we're gonna be doing serious damage, and we have another Poison Fang ready to go. And this is why I recommend having Poison Fang, just because it requires less energy than Silver Wind does. So now we're going to be hitting him up with Confusion, and we're like, this is great. We brought that Heracross all the way down to the yellow just with Confusion alone, and now we have our Scyther, and Scyther has his X-Scissor, and we also have Aerial Ace that's going to be double super effective to that Heracross, and we're like, cool. we're gonna just force that last shield, but there's not much he can do here. He's gonna be hitting us with a Mega Horn, and Mega Horn's gonna do some decent damage to that Scyther, but just a couple fast moves, and that Heracross is going to go down. So now we're going to be going into round 3, and now we decided to change things up a little bit. We're going to be starting off with our Noctowl, and he's going to be going in with his Beedrill, and we're like, wow, another positive matchup. So now we're going to be in with Wing Attack. He's going to have to get out of there as fast as he can. So now he's going to be going in with his Raichu, and we're like, you know what? We're trying to switch there, but it decided not to work. We clicked the Pokemon, it decided to stop it. We tried to do it again and get out of there, but he was able to do his Thunder Punch first. So we were forced to use our shield just because of the game lagging. So now we're gonna be hitting him with Confusion, and we're like, okay, cool, no problem. We're gonna see what we can do here, and we are not gonna shield this Thunder Punch because we know we can take it. And now we're gonna just try to get as much energy as we can, and we're gonna be smashing on that Poison Fang just so we can try to get it off and hopefully force a shield or take out that Raichu. So we end up using Poison Fang, and he ended up shielding. So now we know we have a lot of built up energy in the back. So we're gonna shield this Thunder Punch, and we're gonna try and see if we can finish him off with just Confusion. We're like, oh no, I don't think we can get it. No, we gotta get Poison Fang. We gotta use that Poison Fang just to finish off that Raichu, because we do not want him to have a Raichu left over for whatever we have in the back. So now we are going to be hitting with Confusion, try to do as much damage as we can to that Beedrill, but again, we're going to try. No, we don't get to that Poison Fang, just to do a little bit extra damage, but it's okay because we have a Noctowl with the Sky Attack already ready to go. So this is going to be forcing the shield, or we're going to be taking out that Beedrill. So as you see, we forced that shield, and we're like, okay, you can throw whatever you want at us. You can throw whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. X-Scissor is not going to do pretty much anything to our Noctowl. So now we're just gunning with our wing attacks, and we're going to be going in for this Sky Attack. Sky Attack is just going to take out that Beedrill, and now we're ready for whatever's going to be coming in next. And we also have a Raichu. So we're like, okay, whatever it is, we're going to wait and see. We had our Heracross ready just in case it was a Vigoroth. But we're like, okay, cool. We're just going to get to that Sky Attack once again because we were able to get to that before he was even able to get to a Mega Horn. And that's going to be the end of round 3. As you guys can see, Venemoth is a killer in the Jungle Cup. If you guys have any suggestions, please write them down in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.